guys, welcome to another Primitive video. Really excited today to talk to you a little bit about SEO. There are real two things that come up in almost every sales conversation that I've had for almost 8 years now at Primitive, and that is lead generation, and a close second is SEO. And everyone always asks, always wants to know, and always wants to prioritize, being first, on Google. It's a great aspiration. I think oftentimes the challenge is people don't really understand what search engine optimization really is beyond just being first in the organic search results of Google. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about what are the basic components of SEO in case that's you. If you've thought about SEO for your own business, I kind of want to tell you a little bit from a basic standpoint of the types of things that you could consider. The first thing I would encourage you to think about is really thinking about and building your website for real people. One of the things that I find in a lot of conversations I have is that people want to talk about all the technicalities of SEO, and they're only concerned about Google. When in reality, the thing that Google, at least what they say, that they're most concerned about is the actual end user, the person putting in the search. So if all you're thinking about from an SEO perspective in your own brand, your own platform, is what Google is thinking, you're immediately breaking the first cardinal rule, which is think about your end user, not Google. And so by doing that, you're really going to set yourself up for much better success because if you're hyper-focused on your end user, you know their pain points, you know what they're looking for, you know keywords or phrases that they utilize when they're looking for your product or your service or trying to solve their problem, then you automatically position yourself effectively for the algorithm itself. So the first thing I would encourage you to do is always build your website, always think about your content in terms of your user first, not an algorithm. So think people first, your consumer. The second thing that I would focus on from a basic SEO standpoint is keyword research. I mentioned it a minute ago, but you have to really think about what are the pain points or what are the opportunities or what are the things that your end user is looking for, what key phrases are they using, what words are they using. I love even doing research on this by actually talking to your customer. So certainly there are some tools that you can use to do keyword research, but one of the best tools to use is your actual audience and interviewing them and asking them questions and trying to enter into their psyche so that you can understand and identify what they're really looking for, and then ensure that your brand, your platform is accommodating what your audience is looking for. The third thing that I would focus on is on-site optimization. So it's just called on-page or on-site optimization. Things like your meta descriptions, your alt tags, how you have your images, tagged. What is your URL structure on each page? So there's a criteria for each page on your site that you need to go through and check the boxes, make sure the content's right, making sure you're using the right keywords and things of that nature. So you want to think about on-page optimization. And then lastly, you want to have a really good content marketing strategy. So it's one thing to make sure that your website is built appropriately, that you have really good keyword research, that you've optimized your website appropriately. All those things are really important. They're very necessary, and they're kind of the fundamentals of SEO. But when you start thinking about long-term SEO and really successful SEO practices, content marketing has to be a component of that. So what's your blogging strategy going to be? What's your social media strategy going to be? What's your pillar page content going to be? How are you going to look at your website and treating it like a living organism, something that's constantly being evaluated and added to and tweaked for your end user, instead of doing what most businesses do and launch a website and just let it sit there? So all these things are things that you have to consider when you think about your content marketing strategy. And over the long haul, which is what SEO is, it's a long game strategy. It's something you have to do for a long time, and you have to constantly pay attention to it and chip away at it. What is your content marketing strategy going to be? So like most businesses, you probably find SEO to be intriguing and really important because when someone searches for your products and services, you want to be at the top. It's a great aspiration. It's the right thing to be thinking about. But I would challenge you to think about the things I've shared with you in this video and evaluate how are you or how is your business approaching these things, and that would be a good way to identify how you want to approach SEO for your business.